This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show, coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
We hope everyone had a very good Memorial Day holiday, of course, and I hope and pray that everybody took the time to pause and reflect on how special this Memorial Day holiday is to the country. To really give honor to the fallen veterans of past wars,
who gave their lives for the freedom that we have.
Ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. You know, sometimes it gets lost in the shuffle.
It does, Rick. It does.
Hey, we're just going to go to the beach and jump in the pool and barbecue. Pause and remember. It's funny. I remembered a few years ago you took a bucket list trip to Normandy, France, Omaha Beach.
And
I mean, that had to make an impact on you.
Well, I've always been fascinated with World War II and D-Day in particular, and that really was. If you ought to put it on your bucket list to get there.
Yes.
Particularly, if you do, go to that cemetery near Omaha Beach last. After you've learned,
history,
learned a little bit about the history. And from that cemetery, I did not realize this.
Wow.
From that cemetery, you can look down and see Omaha Beach. And if that doesn't choke you up, nothing will.
Wow.
Good story. Great story.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, we honor our military men and women who are serving now as well.
I wrote a story about it when we got back. And if I say so myself, it's one of the best stories I ever wrote.
I remember that. Great work. All right, great sound-off show coming your way. LSU is in the NCAA tournament, if you haven't already heard. McNeese is not.
No.
We'll explain all of that and why. Stephen F. Austin returning to the Southland Conference, and doggone it, the Jacks are back, and it's about damn time.
It is,
all right,
Rick.
we'll get into some of that as well.
No doubt.
Simone Augustus, speaking of, it's about time she's going to go back to LSU and do some coaching.
Great addition.
I'm just saying I like when legends
I have
get
one
together.
problem with it, and we'll get into
too.
Well, we're going to do that. And if we have time, a seismic change in college sports. It's complex, but we're at least going to throw in our 2 cents.
Just what college sports needs, another seismic change.
God, are you kidding me? SoundOff presented to you by RL Club.
Yes.
That would be L'Auberge Casino Resort, and Matt Lundy and his legal team at Lundy Law in Lake Charles. All right, the LSU Tigers in the NCAA tournament. They're not hosting. They're going to Chapel Hill.
Yes.
As
Well,
the
they weren't
number
gonna
2
host.
seed. They weren't going to host, but they go to Chapel Hill, and they're going to take on Wofford.
Wofford.
They're in the Southern Conference. They're the Terriers. They play FCS football. And they're from Spartanburg, South Carolina. That's all I know.
The Southern League plays FCS.
Yes.
Okay.
Football.
I mean, it's no different than the South.
No,
but
they're different. Yeah, Wofford. But let's not overlook Wofford, right?
No, we're playing for the second game, UNC.
Right? You say they got one ace, and they're going to put that ace on the mound.
Well, I would assume they will.
You assume that.
They won't be holding anything back.
No
but
time
it
to
will
hold back.
probably force, LSU in the regionals, it's not unknown for them to try to save their ace when they're a number 1 seed playing a number 4 seed.
Right.
And even a 2 against an unknown like Wofford, you might try to get away with it. But with Wofford having this ace pitcher, maybe not. Wofford, I went through it. They did play one SEC team this year, and I think Georgia beat them like 16-2 or 3. Okay. But I'm sure that was a midweek game. I assume that wasn't their ace on the mound.
Look, do you agree with Jay Johnson after the, that would have been after prior to the SEC championship game.
Yep.
When Monster Mellon hit the home run and they came back from 8 runs down, Jay Johnson says, hey, we're playing the best baseball in the country. They're red hot. They're one of the hottest.
Well, he is prone to...
I like Jay Johnson.
I like him too, but he is prone to a little hyperbole. If a guy gets 2 hits in the game for him, he's the best player in the country. It's part of his charm. I'm not giving... But I will say this: they are by far they're playing LSU baseball.
LSU baseball.
Yeah.
Right now,
LSU baseball.
I will say that.
Baseball is getting hot at the right time.
I sat right here. Right here last week, and you didn't say anything.
Okay.
All right. That there's no way LSU's winning the SEC tournament. And you
no,
didn't say,
no,
Rick, you're crazy.
no.
The odds of them winning, but they get all the way to the championship
They get to the championship game.
Well, I would have gone one step further last week and said there's no way they get to the
championship game.
Exactly.
I mean, face it, we said
8
they
runs
needed
down to South Carolina.
to secure their bid.
Yes.
Without a doubt, they
Yeah.
needed to win one game.
Yeah.
And they won 4.
They did.
So
They did.
And Johnson, he took the obvious route. He front-loaded with his best pitchers to get those 2 wins, Holman and
Well, I mean,
Gates.
yeah.
He
He
had to
did.
do that.
He did.
Yeah.
And he wasn't calling them back. Because the SEC tournament, it's great, but the
You
bigger
gotta
fish-
win.
Bigger fish to fry.
You got to
Yeah,
win.
if you've got a national seed locked up, it's
Locked up.
4 SEC, 4 or 5 SEC
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may just pitch your ace 3 innings, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to take it. And once you get, I called this in my column before the SEC tournament started
Okay.
that this is the most entertaining baseball you will ever see.
That means nothing.
meaningless. That is meaningless. And it wasn't just the LSU games. I watched a lot of that tournament,
Yeah.
and it was a blast for any baseball fan
And if
To watch it.
something odd is going to
And I don't-
happen, it's
and-
going to happen in an LSU game.
And
Always.
it's going to happen in Hoover.
In
Always.
Hoover.
Always.
In Hoover. Maybe later on we'll get to the whole balk thing and
Yeah.
that call. And luckily it didn't have anything to do with the outcome because the
No.
what'd you call him? The Munchkin?
I didn't mean to.
Well, but he's only about this tall. Is it Stephen Mullum? Monster Milam? I mean,
Milam.
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 I mean, he jacked it out of the park.
He did.
You know, walk-off home run to come make the rally back from 8 runs down to South Carolina. Great. And then, of
Yep.
course, you know, Jay
You
Johnson
know,
called
even
him
in the
best player in country.
championship game, they rallied. They got 2 runs in the ninth.
it's crazy.
Had the tying run on third.
It's
the
rock and
winning
roll,
run on
rock and
second.
roll at the Max Bar and Grill at the National
Yes.
Golf Club in Westlake. Catch all the live LSU action this weekend over there. The grill is sizzling, the fryer is ready for catfish, and the poor boys pastas and salads, they are top notch. The Max and
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game. A great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling, Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're back at the Sportsbook at La Berge. 40 televisions, giant screen.
Big
great
screen, you
food,
love it.
Specialty drinks. They have you covered for gaming and many, many ways to bet right here at the Sportsbook at La Berge. SoundOff brought to you in part by locally owned and operated Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana. Call John and Therese Barker for all your plumbing needs and water cleanup as well. And also you give the guys locally owned and operated, J&J Exterminating, Tim Broussard, Brian Gaspard, and that crew protecting what's near and dear
Yes.
to you, Louisiana, for over 60 doggone years. All right.
It's a long time.
Guys, I sat here. I made mention of it in the first segment. I said there's no way LSU is going to win the SEC tournament. There's no way McNeese is going to win the Southland Conference tournament. And boy, I could have been thoroughly and badly wrong.
Yes.
Both of them get to the championship games. McNeese ran out of gas against Nicholls State. Nicholls just ran through them. But what a game for LSU. This is baseball, and you just never know. Great late season runs by both the Cowboys and the Tigers.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, I don't know. The moon's aligned. The moon's aligned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually think LSU has a chance to do damage in the NCAA.
Oh, I do
tournament.
too.
Yeah.
I do too.
We'll get into that more.
Yes. McNeese, they 10-run rule #1 Lamar, Kevin.
They did.
And they whoop up on Northwestern State. They beat UIW. They get to the championship game. Yes, they lose to Nickel State. And look, you know better than when you don't have every tool in the toolbox ready to go, like McNeese, because they were without Brayley Hollins and also Elliott Abear for almost half the season. You get those bats in the lineup, a whole different Cowboy team.
Makes a big
whole
difference.
different Cowboy team.
And I mean, you know, that's when you get your chemistry back for a team such as
And there were
baseball.
several other injured players that came back.
Exactly. So, you know, we got to really look at Justin Hill and say, you know what? He's done a hell of a job, man. Versus coming out the blocks.
This is a
when we first
challenging
talked about
year.
It has been for him. There's no doubt
we
about
talk
that,
about the challenge of Jay Johnston coming back from, what was it, 3-12 in the SEC early. Hold that thought. But what the Cowboys, who were also buried.
They were, Rick.
Buried.
They were. It was having a rough season, man, starting out.
Near last place in the league to win those last 3 series, battle, to get a 5 seed for the conference tournament.
I agree.
Look, I'm not saying it's Justin Hill's greatest coaching effort, but it's up there.
But
it's up there.
He did good. It says something about Justin Hill that he has set the expectations to win that conference and go to the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
And it was a little bit surprised they came as close as they did.
Yeah, of course so.
I mean, McNeese, let's face it, they had to win the tournament.
They had to win.
Yeah. Some question whether maybe Lamar should have gotten an at-large bid.
I agree.
But as of now, the Southland is not a 2-bid league.
As of now.
It could be with the stars aligning right some season.
Yeah. Right. I'll get into that in a minute. But you go back, you knew Skip Bertman. No, Skip Bertman.
Yeah.
You know Bertman and the culture that and the foundation he led. And Maneri and now Johnson and Bertman and that whole thing. McNeese with Justin Hill goes back to Robichaux and all those guys. But Justin Hill really solidified the foundation of McNeese baseball over the last 11 years.
Yeah.
Guys, nine seasons with 30 wins or more. Now, Hill will sit here, and we're working on Coach Hill to get here next week. He'll poop-paw that. I mean, I think 30 wins in a year is still pretty good, right?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's a benchmark.
I think that's pretty
With
good.
a team of McNeese's resources, yes.
Yeah, 30 wins.
And I'm not downplaying
No.
it, but facts are facts.
And they get to the tournament championship 4 out of the last 5 years.
That's
to
pretty
the
strong,
championship game.
That's pretty
That's
strong
the model
for him
of
to do that. I
consistency
agree.
for Justin Hill.
I totally agree on
So
that.
hopefully, he'll get through a lot of his busy time, and he'll be with us next week to talk about that. Now, on the selection show on ESPN, there was some debate and discussion about the at-large that Lamar should have gotten.
Lamar should have gotten
44 total wins. Agree or disagree?
That's a lot of wins.
That's a bubble
44.
team at least.
Well,
Give them
I
that.
haven't
Give them
studied
that.
it close. Yeah, they were definitely a bubble team, even without winning the conference tournament. I would have to look into, who would you knock out to put them in?
Yeah.
Somebody might say, well,
But those guys on
does the
ESPN played
SEC
Major League Baseball. I kind of lean to them. I lean in on them. And they said Lamar kind of got screwed in this. They deserved an at-large bid.
Wow.
And they're crushing TCU too.
But when you say that, Rick, it's a 1 bid.
I got it. I'm just, you know me. I've been arguing against this until I'm purple in the face.
And it's kind of, it's for a team like that, man. What do you do, Rick? I mean, how do you justify it?
The feel is there.
The question is,
would you support expansion?
No. Scooter said no.
Because that was discussed as well. Go to 72 teams.
72, no.
72,
Come on.
No.
Man on the front porch, get off my lawn.
It was an interesting proposal that, what's his name, JP, the face of college baseball on ESPN.
What did he say?
He said what you would do was that would add 8, so you would send 2 potential 4 seeds to each of the 8 national seeds.
Okay.
And they would play an extra game.
Okay.
A play-in game.
So you're again like the tournament NCAA March Madness. There's a process.
And not only they would have to burn a pitcher.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, it would also make it easier on the number 1 seed.
I'm not saying go through all of that, but just give the damn at-large bid who deserves it. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's
And I'm
move
with
on.
you on
Let's
that,
move
Rick.
on.
I can live with
All
that.
right, this,
I can.
Stephen F. Austin's coming
can
to the
live with
Southland
that.
Conference. They're going to be ready to play football this fall.
They are.
They're redoing all the schedules.
Stephen F. has been
basketball, football.
They've been a good team, man.
It's been too long for the Jacks to be gone.
I totally agree.
It took them 4 years to get back into Southland.
Yeah.
I'm a big bring back the stalwarts.
I am too.
They got brand equity. It's Stephen F. Austin.
They do. I agree with you on that, Rick.
Well, it's kind of like a mea culpa for them. They it sounded good, like when they call you about buying a timeshare. Oh yeah, limited.
Yeah.
And then you
Come
get
to the
it,
whack.
Then you see what you got.
Then you get it and you're saying, what have
did
I
I get?
bought here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Southland wasn't so bad after
No.
all.
I know that, and it's if you recall, the Lumberjacks were one of 5 Texas teams that left like 4 years ago. Now they're filtering back in. It's a name. It renews that regional rivalry.
I agree.
They've got a name. They're good. They're good athletics, and they have a history in basketball. You think Will Wade's shaking in his boots about Stephen F.?
Everybody's playing for second place.
Stephen F. is coming back.
But it's a good addition.
It is a great addition. We're up against the clock. We're coming back more to the sportsbook. Stay right there.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling, Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
Welcome back to the Sportsbook Outlet. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day holiday. Hope you paused to remember the fallen heroes. Guys, I did watch the National Memorial Day concert on Sunday night from D.C. Look, it was unbelievable presentation. Try to catch it if you can on public broadcasting. It's a show that should have been aired on every national network. The stories
like a concert?
Yes, it was a concert and a show for Memorial Day from the nation's capital. It was great.
Where in D.C. would they do it? In the mall?
The Capitol was in the background.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It truly was a great celebration for Memorial Day.
I remember one year they did. I watched, and this is 25 years ago, and they had the Beach Boys.
Well, it's been going on for 35 years,
wow.
and I just caught it again. I've watched the past one, but this one was especially intriguing and really hit my heart. All right, speaking of hitting your heart and being heartbroken, the PGA Tour, yet another tragedy, another drama.
Wow.
Grayson Murray, 30-year-old PGA pro, just won the Sony in Hawaii, pulled out of the Colonial over the weekend in the second round and took his life later that night. He had suffered from alcohol addiction and depression. He talked openly about it. Yeah. I only bring this up to honor him. Suicide is difficult, but Kevin,
it is.
People that watch this show hear us talk about the lives and these guys making $60 million and then the life they lead. No one knows what some of these professional athletes like a Grayson Murray are going through.
I don't think you can blame him being a pro.
No.
You can't blame.
But it's not an idyllic life.
But what I'm saying is, they have the same human frailties.
Exactly.
that, you know, are across
and the
society.
same problems.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe they're magnified.
Yeah.
Maybe they're
and
magnified.
I totally agree. But the thing that gets me, Rick, I guess, to be so young, I mean,
30 years old.
You got your whole life in front of you. I just wish that he could have had somebody in his life that maybe could have gotten to him and maybe helped him get through that tough situation in his life, man.
Another sad story. At 71 years old, Bill Walton passes away.
The legend.
After complication of cancer.
I
This guy was
smile because I'm thinking of Bill Walton.
He was just an unbelievable person. Won 2 titles with UCLA. Both of them unbeaten seasons.
Really?
Both
years?
Yeah, but you know, so our younger viewers probably know Bill Walton is the quirky guy on
the
TV.
Yeah, on TV.
He was a hell of a basketball
Unbelievable.
player.
Hall of Famer.
Bill.
Won titles in the NBA with the Blazers and the Celtics. I think when I watch Nikola Jokic at Denver, I'm not saying he's Bill Walton, but he passes like Walton.
Yeah.
He moves like Walton. Walton didn't have that outside shot that Jokic has, but Bill Walton was a special player.
No, he was.
He was a special player.
There's no doubt about that.
Yes.
Speaking of legends, Simone Augustus.
Back at LSU?
The greatest ever at LSU?
I don't know. It's up
Women's
for debate,
basketball.
Rick. That's up for debate.
What did you say earlier?
That's good, Rick.
4 years.
4 years.
Four
they
Final
went
Fours.
to the Final Four.
Four
They
Final
went-
Fours.
They went 5 straight years. 4 with her.
But do you sometimes judge a great
Never
player?
made the finals.
Never made the final.
Do you judge a great player on winning that national championship, or
Well,
can
no,
a great
I
player
mean-
be a
Without
great
a
player
title?
Without
Yes,
a title,
I
Rick?
think you can.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
and that's one of the
She
things
has a
I think.
statue outside
She's got a
the
statue.
assembly.
And not
Now
everybody
look,
got one of those out
it's
there.
a legend joining a legend on the coaching sideline. Kim Mulkey adding Augustus to the staff is like, wow.
That's huge. That's huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, my only quibble.
You have
and
a
I've
quibble.
heard- which I'm hearing.
Hobbs has a
is
quibble.
He does. He does have a quibble. Yeah.
Is
Let's hear
that
this.
she is automatically the coach in waiting should Kim Mulkey ever step down.
Okay.
Probably won't happen. That may happen. But I have a problem of it being assumed just because she's LSU's best women's basketball player ever. It doesn't. I mean, this is be her first coaching job.
It
and
would
you're
be,
automatically crowning her coach in waiting. Not quite there yet. What do you
Scooter,
think?
I see your point, but can you just? There were some coaches that when I played, never had even played the sport, but was considered a great coach.
Boy,
Coach,
they-
I would look at it as this. I don't think that you have to have that resume of being a great coach to be recognized as a coach. I think there are certain players.
You can be a great player and turn into a great coach?
I totally agree with that, Rick. I
Well,
mean,
they can.
if you have, for
I didn't
instance,
say they
if
couldn't.
you have a defensive back coach that's just a regular Joe Blow, and you've got a guy such as the Deion Sanders, who do you want coaching you?
I want
It
both
doesn't
of them.
automatically make Deion a better coach.
It does not. But when you look at that person and what that person has accomplished as a player, you would say, I would
The
like
coach-
those tangibles that player has because of who he's become.
Well, the coach doesn't have to guard you. He has to teach you.
That's right.
My point is this, though, Scooter.
And there's
wouldn't you be
there's
taught?
tactics,
Wouldn't you
too.
want to be taught by the best?
Yes, but again,
There's no way out of this,
But
Scooter.
can he
Okay.
teach? But can that
but the
former
thing is-
Hall of Famer guy teach?
I get your
Can
point.
Simone
though.
Augustus teach the game?
Well, who says she can't?
I'm theoretically, I'm rhetorically asking.
My point, I would
you
rather
know,
my
but-
chances against that player versus the coach that you say have coached the game.
Well,
because that person could become a great
Oh,
coach.
so you're saying
I
every
don't
great
want
player.
this to sound like Simone Augustus doesn't deserve a shot or that she can't be a great coach.
I'm
she
saying
certainly
she could
can.
become a good
but
coach,
it's not
yes.
automatic. And let's let
No,
her pay a few
no.
coaching dues.
There
I
you go.
totally agree with
There
that.
you
I'm
go.
not disagreeing with
Okay.
that, Scooter. But let's understand, I think that what she's accomplished could well put her on the road of becoming a great coach.
Not arguing that. But
Bill
think
Belichick,
of-
Nick Saban, they didn't have great college careers.
But they played. They played
They
the
did
game.
play the game.
They played the
Well,
game.
they
And they're two of the
played,
greatest
But they
coaches
didn't
ever.
play Deion style.
Well, yeah, I understand. I understand. But how
Think
many
of-
years?
think
But
of
how
the
many
great
years, Scooter?
coaches? Think of the great coaches, and how many of them really were great players? Not a whole bunch.
No.
Steve Spurrier maybe, and even he didn't have a big
Mike
NFL
Ditka,
career.
great player, won a Super
Mike
Bowl.
Ditka,
Yes,
That comes to mind. Okay.
But good point too, Rick. But what I'm saying is, when you've got that kind of a person that's got that kind of pedigree, I'm gonna listen because that person
You're
can
talking
tell
about the
me
younger
something.
players.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
yes.
You know, for
yes.
that matter,
I'm gonna
Kim,
listen.
Kim Mulkey was an All-American
Yeah.
player.
Okay.
you know.
Okay,
and she paid her dues.
Help my argument. You just helped my argument.
She paid some coaching.
I agree.
In fact, her alma mater, Louisiana Tech, passed over.
Wouldn't hire her.
And she still holds a grudge, I think.
No.
According to a book, she still holds a grudge. All right, Simone Augusta's back on the bench with the other legend. I think it's cool. I think it's great. It's a great perception. It's a great look for LSU. All right, yet another seismic change in college sports. A $2.8 billion deal is going to be paid over 10 years to players going back to 2016. No, it's not going to pay you.
Yeah, that hurts me, boy.
It's so complex. Guys.
It is. It is.
Amateur college sports.
It's what it is,
over.
Rick. It's come to that.
Over. It's over.
Rick.
They're talking about revenue sharing. Yeah. They're going to be paying
just what
players.
College sports need, another seismic change.
Another seismic change.
It's here.
Over the next couple of weeks, we'll get into some of this because there's some interesting things even for the rich LSU guys.
All right,
your L Club. We're out of time. We'll see you next time right here on SoundOff.
Hey, mister, did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
What's bugging you? Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.